Hello everyone, I am Sarkinian Chess. I will be doing an analysis of a game I played with black pieces against Super Moo RSA. So let's go. Opponent plays e4, I play d6. Opponent plays knight to f3, I play g6. Opponent plays knight to c3, developing his knight. I just develop my bishop, we are getting it. So opponent plays bishop to c4, developing his light square bishop. Now I go knight to f6, developing my knight. Opponent plays d4. So this is the basically the modern defense. And now I play bishop to g4, which is one of my common moves to play, pinning his knight to the queen. Now he attacks my bishop. I take his knight because if I go here, my bishop will get trapped after g4, pawn to g4. And if I play, for example, here, obviously pawn will take my bishop. And if I play here to e6, then he can play maybe pawn to d5, and he has more control of the center, and I will have to move my bishop to maybe d7. I can't move my bishop to c8. It's like I just move my bishop to the starting square, but still on d7 it's not looking so good. So obviously I will have to trade. Engine also agrees. It says it's the best move. Now opponent takes with the queen. I develop a knight, also attacking this pawn. Opponent defends the pawn on d4 by his dark square bishop. Now I go after this pawn and trying to force the rook and the king of opponent. Opponent obviously sees that. He goes bishop to b3, protecting his c2 pawn so that I can't take now. Now I go pawn to a5, just trying to protect my knight and just get control on this square. Now the engine says it's a blunder. So let's see how is it a blunder. Let's see. So engine says opponent's best move is e5. Now uh, engine says my best move is a4, just giving up the knight. Okay, what if I protect my knight somehow, maybe to knight to d7? Then what happens? Yeah, then obviously I will get checkmated in one move. So I can't move my knight. So yeah, I am losing a knight here. So that's why maybe the engine says my blunder was after a5. So opponent obviously didn't see that. He played instead pawn to a3. I retrieve back my knight. Opponent castle. I castle. Now opponent plays knight to d5. I just go pawn to e5, trying to take control of center, but it's blunder. Obviously, uh, as engine says, I could have taken this knight. Now, if he takes my knight, I am attacking this d4 pawn with two of my pieces, and only one of it is protecting. So I can take, and I am a pawn up here. It's kind of, yeah. I could have seen that, but yeah, no problem. Like next time, I will have to be aware. Instead, I played e5. Opponent takes. I take with the knight so that I can attack the queen, opponent's queen. Now he takes my knight on f6. I take with my bishop. Here engine is red marking it because I am threatening his queen. Obviously moves his queen. I retrieve my bishop because it's looking awkward here. because if my queen moves, there is no one to protect it. Now on g7, it has the king to protect it. Now rook, opponent plays rook to e1, basically pinning this pawn and kind of preparing for tactics against my queen. I go pawn to a4, attacking his right square bishop. He retreats. Now I go rook to a5. I want to play something like move my knight and go rook to e5 and attack this pawn. That was my initial idea. Now opponent plays pawn to f4, attacking my knight. I move my knight, and also yeah, as the engine says, I am setting this pawn. Opponent develops protect this pawn by playing pawn to e5 and also threatening this. As I told you, this pawn is too strong. Now I will have to move my queen, otherwise there will be a lot of danger for me. So I go queen to e7, opponent takes, I take, opponent plays c3 protecting his b2 pawn. I go rook to e8 pressing this bishop because only opponent's queen is protecting and my queen and rook both are attacking. So he has to protect with his rook. Now I go pawn to g5. My idea was if he takes, I can go rook to e5, threatening this bishop again, because now I can't go rook to e5, his pawn will take. So he takes, I go rook to e5, opponent protects with his rook. Now I take this pawn because I thought if he takes, I can take his queen. He will take and I will take his rook. But engine says like obviously it's equal, so he can do it. There was no threat, like he can go here, 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 and here, and it's plus 1.7 for him, although it's equal material because he has a lot of threat here. My pawns, these are all weak, these are pawn islands separated from each other, and it's a real threat for me. And the king is also open. He can take this pawn and check, and some nasty mate idea can be here. So I was losing in this position. Opponent was not able to find it. He played queen to d2, just stepping his queen out of the danger. Now I go rook to e5. Opponent takes my pawn on d6. It is a huge blunder, obviously. Now I can take his bishop now because three of my pieces are attacking and only two of the opponent's pieces are protecting it. Now I take. Now opponent plays bishop to f7. So in the sets, it's the best move, obviously. So here I didn't see the idea. Like engine says just to move my king to h8, but I took the bishop instead. So now opponent has a dangerous idea, which is to play queen to d5 check. Now if I move king to f8, now there is rook to f1 check, and I will have to move my bishop to f6. Now his rook can take, and I am like down a pawn and very wide open king. I have a very wide open king, and here if I go, yeah, here engine says I have to go queen to e6, just sacrificing the queen. So just I am losing a queen here. It's equal material, but I am down a queen here, so it's a winning for the opponent. So I didn't see that. I took the bishop instead. That was a trick. Now I go rook to e6, just protecting me from the check instead of going queen to e6. Opponent plays rook to f1 check. Now it's a blunder because now I can go just king to g8 and step out of everything. I'm in no danger here. So I did not play that, but I played bishop to f6, which is not just a bad move. It says Indian says it's just 0.1 for the opponent. Opponent checks. I move my king to g7, protecting this pawn as well. Now opponent plays rook to f6, taking my bishop. I don't know what his point was. I can just take his bishop with my queen. I guess his point was I can't take with my rook here. Maybe no, I can take with my rook. I don't know what the point of this move was. I took my queen instead. Opponent checks. I block with my queen. Now opponent has no checks with his queen because he can't go here. My knight is protecting. Now opponent has a check with his rook, but it's not a good thing to do. I just block, and opponent just runs out of time. Basically on purpose. He just wanted to get out of this game. I guess there was nothing to do. So yeah, I won, and it was kind of a weird game. It was like I was winning and then he was winning and so forth. So yeah, this was all for this video. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching. I will see you in next video.